Hi, I'm being guided to share this message today. But first, I want to talk about the energies that we are currently experiencing and the ones that are to come in. So, we know that April and May are going to be a time of new beginnings, new opportunities, new things, just a lot of blessings. And what we want to do is come into a state of being able to receive that abundance freely. We don't want to have any blocks in our ways or any kind of resistance to that. So we want to kind of prepare for that. But if the energies are still feeling a little bit rocky right now, just hang tight because that's about to change. You're about to feel that breakthrough, and you're going to feel a lot lighter and freer, and you're going to feel like abundance truly is heading towards you. I was shown that we've got really good energies coming in. We've got good abundance coming in. We have blessings, new opportunities. All these things are actually on the verge. The gates are about to open. We're on the verge of receiving all of these things. So just hang tight if you don't feel it yet. All right, so how we come into a state of receiving abundance. Basically, it comes down to coming into alignment with your true soul essence. And that sounds a lot easier than sometimes it is. So, because mainly sometimes we think that we're in alignment with our true soul essence. We think that we're doing what we're supposed to be doing or that we're where we're supposed to be, when in actuality, the outer manifestations are showing us something different. And that's always a really good clue to let you know where you're at in coming into alignment with your true soul essence. For us to figure out what it's supposed to look like, sometimes it's easier to look at what it's not supposed to look like. So let's talk about that first. If you are struggling, feeling like you're settled within yourself, or if you feel like you don't have a peaceful feeling within, or something just feels off, the energy feels off, your spirit feels off, things feel off, they're not flowing easily, or you're not feeling like you can hear clearly, or that you're truly doing what you're meant to be doing, that's a good clue that you need to start seeking within and taking a good look at where you're at, where you want to head, and what's the distance between the two. And sometimes the difference between where you're at and where you want to go is just a matter of changing your perspective. Sometimes it's that easy to come into alignment with your true soul essence, changing that perspective and looking at things in a different light. And other times, not so much. Sometimes it's going to take a little bit more work to come into that true alignment so that you could receive all the abundance that is coming your way. One of the biggest things is surrender. Just complete and utter surrender to where you're at in the moment. Even if where you're at doesn't feel good, even if it feels like you don't really know what direction you're heading in, it's okay. Just take a moment and surrender to where you're at in the moment. And know that where you're at in the moment is not going to last forever. It's just, you're just passing through. That's it. You're passing through each moment. So ultimately, when we surrender, what we're doing is we are releasing resistance. Because until we can release resistance to what we want cannot come in. And I know that seems to be like a common sense theory, but when we really think about it, we see sometimes that we actually have resistance to what we really want. There's something inside of us that is resisting it. And it's through the surrender that sometimes the light is shown on what that resistance is. Because in order for us to change something, we have to first identify it. And then after we identify it, then we can understand it. And then if we can understand it, we can change it. I mean, that's how change occurs. You have to be able to identify what needs to change before it can change. And surrender is a major part of it, because until we can relax enough to really get a clear perspective on things, then it's just going to be a continual cycle of not being able to recognize where that resistance actually is. So once we've identified what the resistance is and where it's at, then we need to decide, is this resistance here for my highest good? Or is it here because I am fearful, or I am not ready, or, there's several different reasons why a resistance exists within us. So we need to figure out why that resistance is there. And if it's a matter of being fearful or feeling like maybe you're not ready, or just you don't believe that you're worthy of it, or, all these different things that are just not true, then you know what to do with things that are not true. You release them. When you're being fed a lie, you release it. You don't hold on to the lies, because nobody wants to hold on to lies. You want to release the lies and come back to the truth. Come back to who you truly are. Come back to the fact that you are a divine soul, you are a being of light, and you deserve and are worthy of everything good and abundant. And if you really seek within, you will be able to clearly determine whether this is your soul trying to hold you back from something you should not be going into, or not stepping into, or not receiving, or if it's something within you, your mindset, that is holding you back from receiving it. Now, once we get past the point of resistance, because we have already surrendered, we have seen any parts within ourselves that are resisting the abundance that wants to come in. We've worked through that. Now we are open. Now our hearts are open and we are ready to receive. Now the most crucial step of this, to receive your abundance, is to be grateful for what you already have right now in this moment. Gratitude. Gratitude opens up every single door that appears to be locked. There is not one door that gratitude cannot open that is meant for you. The more gratitude you have, the more things you receive to be grateful for. It's just the way it works. That is the way that like attracts like. Be grateful, and you receive more things to be grateful for. It's that simple. There's no complications in this at all. Even if you're in a moment where your physical outward life appears to be difficult or challenging or just a mess, even if it appears to be a mess, even if that's what you're visually seeing with your eyes, you still have a whole list of things to be grateful for. And until you start focusing on the things that you do have, the things that you are grateful for, nothing better can come in. So this is like the major key to being open to receiving all this abundance that is coming in. April, May, June, all these months ahead of us, all these wonderful things that are to come in, we want to be able to receive them. That's what we all want. So coming into alignment with the receiving of abundance really is a few simple steps. Those few simple steps may have a few added steps to them. If there's resistance and you're having a hard time surrendering, you just may have to work through that. But you can work through the surrender. You can work through the resistance as long as you can identify what it is inside of you that is resisting the good, the abundance, the wonderful things that are heading your way. If you can identify it, then you can release it. So I just wanted to share this message because we really do have some really awesome things heading our way, and everyone, I'm sure, would really like to receive everything that is theirs, everything that, all the abundance that belongs to them. So be open. Open your hearts, open your minds, open yourself, and get ready to receive. So sending much love and blessings.